Last couple years, we've had so many returns in the beat 'em up genre. We've had returns of old franchise. We have new franchises come out. We've had, fan-made games left and right come out. So, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 have been the era of the resurgence of beat 'em ups and brawlers. And look, we've had a lot of amazing titles: River City Girls, Battletoads. Fight me, I love Battletoads. Streets of Rage 4. The only one that we're really missing is, like, where the hell is Final Fight? Not just Final Fight, but Double Dragon. And don't give me another Double Dragon Neon. I want some serious Double Dragon. But with that being said, like, we've got another brawler that we're covering here on the channel. It has a lot of promise, but does it fulfill and live up to the legacy of everything that's been coming out so far? Let's find out. Before we kick it off, I just want to say that shout out to the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game. Full disclosure to you guys, I have to let you guys know that. But other than that, yeah, we're back in the era of the brawler. We're going to be covering Super Punch Patrol. This is a new indie game that's roughly about $5-6 on the eShop, and it's got a very unique visual style. Gameplay, very, traditional brawler. Very heavily inspired by Streets of Rage, especially Streets of Rage 2. Does it live up to that, what it's kind of emulating? Before we do that, I'm Mikhail Casanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, #1 podcast in the Pacific, the Casanova Podcast. I stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mikhail Casanova, so catch me over there. And here are my social media links, all that plugging out the way. Let's go ahead and get into the video. This is a by the book brawler, meaning you have a jump, punch, kick button layout, and the ability to do a crowd control move that drains your health. You can also run left or right to get out of sticky situations, as well as double tap up or down to quickly move up or down the screen. When attacking, you can mix in your punches and kicks, which will end up either knocking your opponent down or launching them into the air. You can also do a rushing attack if you run forward and press kick, which will initiate a knockdown attack with different properties based on which character you're playing as. You can pick up weapons from bats to knives to bombs, which each do a varying amount of damage and will break after an extended amount of usage. You can select from one of the three main characters, from Anders Punch, Niles, and Selma. Anders is the strong but slow brute of the trio, with Niles being the all-arounder and Selma being the fastest yet weakest of the three. Niles is your Cody of this group, as he can take a decent amount of damage and dish it out in equal measure, along with being able to maneuver in and out of danger fairly well. Niles also has many moves that are taken from Axel in Streets of Rage 2, such as the vault over backslam and his double kick finisher. Selma is very similar to Niles and even shares his finishing double kick combo, which is pulled straight from Streets of Rage 2's Axel. She also has a rushing uppercut, which also seems to be pulled from Axel, and is performed in the same manner. It's the quickest when it comes to moving about the environment, although she has some shortcomings of not being able to take as much damage as Niles or Anders, and dishes out slightly less damage than Niles. And finally, you have Anders, who is just a powerhouse and able to take tons of damage and dish out incredible amounts with his punches and devastating grab moves, such as his spinning pile driver, which is taken from Zangief. Per typical beat 'em up fashion, you can collect various items in the environment to raise your score, which nets you a 1-up, as well as health items to, restore your health either fully or to a minimum degree, with items such as cake and more. Plus, there are various destroyable items in the levels, so you can raise your level or your point system, your score system, by picking up various items from these destructible items. You can play the game in single player or couch co-op mode with a friend and take the fight to the streets. Like most modern beat 'em ups and Streets of Rage 4, there is no online multiplayer. There are several outfits to unlock as you progress and reach higher scores. Now, graphically speaking, I really like the art style of the game, with its sketchbook look and highlighted outlines on the characters you play as, being blue, and then for your enemies is red, versus the white sketchbook background. The characters animate really well with how fluid they move and dart about the arena. The backgrounds are pretty detailed in the sketchbook style and really pop with the crazy amount of details that are being shown to the player. Enemies look good, albeit generic bad guy beat 'em up style, so none of them really pop out or are memorable. And the same can be said of the main characters as well, as they also look pretty generic, and maybe that's intentional. All in all, it's solid. Audio wise, it's largely forgettable. To be honest, I can't really remember a single song that stood out to me or was enough to get me hyped. Nothing really to say here other than the tracks sound par for the chorus, but that's just about it. Downsides. So the game isn't a walk in the park and is fairly difficult, and the main reason it's difficult is due to the very limited amount of moves that you have. Stiff controls, lack of quick recovery, and the incredibly aggressive enemies that you will end up facing with limited checkpoints. On top of that is some dodgy hit detection at times and hitboxes that make no sense at all when it comes to how you take damage and dish out damage. Enemies like to swarm you and put you in positions where you'll be ping pong back and forth and between them until you die, or the rubber band effect. The checkpoint system also needs some retooling, as the levels are fairly long, and should you lose all your lives and continue, you'll be set back at the beginning of a long level. Some patches and quick fixes could resolve these issues in my opinion, but overall this is a budget brawler. Like, I wouldn't suggest anyone go into this game with very high expectations. It's serviceable, it's fun. It's just don't expect a lot out of it. Now with the wrap up, Super Punch Patrol is a unique brawler and decent for the price point. However, I can't say it's the best bang for your buck when you can spend a few more dollars and get the infinitely superior and hands down best brawler out there, being Fighting Rage. Or you could get Streets of Rage 4, or the Sega Genesis collection, or the Capcom beat 'em up collection. There's a lot of options for better games for your money than this. If you have a few bucks to spare and want to try something new and don't have incredibly high expectations, you really can't go wrong here. Not a must own, but not even a must try either, but a fun little change of pace that you may actually enjoy. Just don't have high expectations for it. And that's the review for Super Punch Patrol. A unique game, flawed in many ways, and yes, very flawed, but for the price point, it's decent. It's a fun little romp, and if you got $5 to spare, hey, give it a run. So other than that, thank you to the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game. I greatly appreciate it, and let's get the conversation going. Did you like it? Is it a game that you're considering picking up? Do you have it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going down below. And if you want to join an amazing Discord community with a lot of different people, from content creators, video gamers, video game industry people, and more, then check the link down below. It's an amazing community. Other than that, yeah, we're out. I got nothing else to say. I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you didn't, either way, let me know. Catch me on the Casanova podcast. Brand new episodes every single week. #1 podcast in Hawaii and the Pacific. And also catch me on twitch.tv/MikhailCasanova. Fun streams every single week. So with that being said, hope to see you guys in the next one. Deuces wow. Too sweet. Be the elite. I'll see you on the next one. So you made it to the end of the video, and I really want to say mahalo for making it to the end, or malo as we say in Samoan, for making it to the end of the video. It means a lot to me that you've done so, and I hope that if you made it this far that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, I want you to hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already if you want more content like this. We've got not only video game reviews, we've got podcasts, we've got all kinds of content. Like, there's a whole lot that I could dive into, but there's a whole lot here, and I really want to thank you guys for coming through and for sticking through to this part of the video. So again, thank you. Mahalo. Mahalo. Like, share, comment, and join our community. So that being said, thank you again for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.